encendido. Si alabas a Jesucristo, sale bendecido.
Ministerio Radial Impacto, junto a Mike Reyes, presentan Impacto Cristiano. Nuestro propósito es hacerle partícipe del mensaje que Jesucristo es el mismo ayer, hoy y por todos los siglos, y que solamente a través de él su vida puede ser transformada e impactada por su gran amor y poder salvador. Desde este momento, con ustedes, Malaquías Reyes en Impacto Cristiano.
Veo a los hombres corriendo y a muchos gritando, padres que buscan sus hijos muy desesperados. Parece que aquello que un día se anunció ha pasado. Yo no me encuentro en la tierra, estoy separado y siento que todo mi cuerpo y mi ser han cambiado. Y en este lugar en que estoy, yo gozo de calma, mientras que abajo en la tierra así gritan las almas. ¿Por qué me he quedado, Señor? No sé en qué te fallé, en qué te ofendí. ¿Qué será de mi alma? Mi mente, mi capacidad no pueden describir la gloria y el grande poder que hay en este lugar, y un trono que está rodeado de miles de ángeles, mientras que abajo en la tierra se alborotan las calles. Despierta, pronto llegará el momento que no habrá en tu vida lamentos. Cristo nos viene a buscar. Procura dejar lo mejor de tu vida para cuando llegue ese día el cielo puedas conquistar. ¡Hey!
good morning and Happy New Year to our viewers. I haven't been talking to you guys since last year. Wow, it's been a whole year. That song that you guys that just preceded us was talking about the end of the world. And it's funny because last night I was reading an article on Facebook actually that was talking about the end time. And somebody posted, I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody posted that CNN already had a song ready for to be played when the end of the time comes. Well, it might be a joke or whatever, but those are things that are real. We just this past week we experienced something drastic, tragic, I should say, in France. Not too many people will wake up in one morning and to find ourselves in that situation that happened. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. We talk about the end of the world, but the end of the world can just start just with one person. At the end of your life. And we talk about being ready, to face eternity. So that's what Impacto Cristiano, la Comunidad is all about. And besides that, we also talk about other topics which we are going to touch today. But I wanted to just make sure that I wish each and every one of you a Happy New Year. And I know everybody already have the resolution, so we're not going to go through all that. I have two special guests, individuals that are very well known in our community and very well known in Channel 28. Now, why did I choose to invite this individual? Well, for once, they're very dear to me. And secondly, they're very outspoken, and they always like to get their 2 cents in what's going on around the world and in our community. So, and I have OG NITTY from 91.3 radio FM, University of Delaware, correct? That's correct. Yeah, so by the way, your programs goes on tonight at what time? Today at what time?
It's every Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m.
From 1 to 3 p.m. So, after he leaves the station, so tune in 91.3 and you're going to have a good ride. The other gentleman is Mr. Lee Fisher. He's very well known in Channel 28. Happy New Year, Lee.
Happy New Year's to you and your audience.
Yeah, I haven't seen you since last year, too.
Yes, indeed. It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
And this is another individual that I like to talk about issues that take place in our community. Let me make a quick switch because I have an information that I would like to share with our Hispanic audience. So I'll make that switch and we're coming back to the English. Muy buenos días a toda nuestra audiencia. Feliz Año Nuevo, 2015. Desde el año pasado pues no había estado con ustedes y para mí es un honor, un privilegio de que hayamos llegado a este nuevo año. Hay muchas cosas que están pasando. Tengo dos personas a mi lado que ya fueron presentados y estaremos discutiendo algunos puntos acerca de las problemáticas tanto nacional como local e internacional. Vamos a tocar la canción que acaban de escuchar de Carlos Luciano tiene que ver con el fin del mundo. Y el fin del mundo, como yo dije ahorita en inglés, puede llegar en cualquier momento. A veces estamos esperando que vengan ángeles y que todo, pero tú sabes que el fin del mundo puede comenzar contigo. Tú puedes terminar tu vida en cualquier momento. Y nosotros pues queremos hablar, en Impacto Cristiano hablamos acerca de la preparación, estar preparado por cuando llegue el fin del mundo, que el fin del mundo puede llegar para ti en cualquier momento. Jesucristo es la única solución, fíjate, Él es la única solución y es el único medio de salvación. Y de eso se trata. Bueno, en el día de hoy vamos a cubrir varios tópicos y quiero pues, antes que nada, tengo un mensaje de parte de la concejal María Cabrera, que está haciendo una invitación, lo voy a leer aquí, tiene que ver la casa. Casa tiene una sesión de orientación. Tiene una sesión de orientación hoy a las 3 de la tarde en el Holy Rosary Catholic Church, en la iglesia católica que está localizado en el 3200 de la Philadelphia Pike en Claymont. ¿De qué se trata eso? Bueno, se trata de las acciones de inmigración que el presidente Barack Obama, ha tomado. Y entonces yo creo que esto es de mucho interés para aquellas personas que no tienen su documentación, estarán cubriendo los permisos por 3 años, la obtención de tarjeta de seguro social, ¿entiendes? Y también los tópicos de las personas que viven en temor de ser deportado, cómo usted puede solicitar un permiso para viajar afuera de los Estados Unidos. Esos son los tópicos que se estarán tocando en el día de hoy a las 3 de la tarde en la 3200 de la Philadelphia Pike en Claymont, Delaware, el 19703. Me pueden llamar si necesitan información y yo lo pongo en contacto con la concejal María Cabrera, quien es la que está promoviendo esta actividad. Así que recuerde. Well, now we back to English, English language. I just read something about the immigration, and I'm going to ask my friend Nitty to read it in English. It has something to do with the immigration, and that's a special invitation for today. So go ahead and read that.
Well, CASA presents to you what is President Obama's immigration action. It's a community orientation session that takes place today at 3 o'clock. That takes place at the Holy Rosary Catholic Church, which is located at 3200 Philadelphia Pike. That is in Claymont, Delaware, 19703. You can come out and you can learn about the various benefits of the immigration action, included but not limited to work permits for 3 years, a social security card, people getting to live without the fear of deportation. You can request a permit to travel outside of the U.S., and of course you get to continue fighting for everyone else. Various victories have been achieved, through everybody pushing to get this immigration action move forward. Again, that takes place today at the Holy Rosary Catholic Church. It's located at 3200 Philadelphia Pike, Claymont, Delaware, 19703. For more information, you can call 443-802-2933. Again, that's 443-802-2933. It's being brought to you by CASA.
You did better than I, because I told them to call me, but I didn't give my number. Mi número es el 302-607-9019. Si tiene alguna pregunta, me pueden llamar al 302-607-9019. Y ahí pues yo lo pongo en contacto con María Cabrera. If you have any question, you can also call me at 302-607-9019, and I could put you in touch also with Maria Cabrera. She's the one actually promoting this activity at 3 o'clock today. So, and don't forget to tune in today at 1 o'clock, 91.3, and I'm pretty sure that you will hear a little bit more about that too. Well, Nitty,
Yes, sir.
you've been a very active individual lately. Well, always since I met you, but you have some others extracurriculum activity that is taking place. Lee might not know about it. Can you tell us about the fitness activity that is taking place?
Certainly. Well, first of all, thank you for having me back. It's always a pleasure being on Impacto Cristiano. Yes, I did start an organizational group, if you will, called 15DE. That's 15 Delaware. Essentially, all I wanted to do was give people a place or a forum, if you will, where they can come together just to try to better themselves mentally and physically. Of course, if you better yourself physically, you get your body right, the mind does follow and see as well. You start to feel better, you start to do better things, and it's a positive thing. What we do, we work out every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. It's cold now, so we do have an indoor location.
Right.
I do want to thank Minister Mike Reyes and everybody at the First State Church of Christ, which is located at 307 A Street. That's the letter A in Wilmington, Delaware, 19801. right in the Southbridge section of Wilmington. We put together various intense workouts. They're generally about 45 minutes in length. We have warm-up, we have core workouts, and we have stretching and cool-down sessions. It's free and open to everyone, so come on, come all ages are invited. I always tell people the only thing standing between you and these workouts is an excuse, so let's not make it. Again, it's something for the community, and in light of the things that have been going on in the city of Wilmington and beyond, it's always good to know that there's something out there positive that people can engage in and continue to, fellowship and everything like that.
So somebody right now that just listen to you, and I know that most of them, the women, they ready to roll. How can they get in touch with you?
You can get in touch. You can actually email me at teamnitty@gmail.com. That's TEAMNITTY@gmail.com. Also, the group is on Facebook under FITTEAMDE. That's FITTEAMDE. 3 separate words. You can find us on Facebook. You can join the group. And of course, you can always come on down to the First State Church of Christ at 307 A Street, Wilmington, Delaware 19801. We are there every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. And Saturday mornings, we're there at 8 a.m. when we do indoor workouts, unless otherwise scheduled.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Before I go to my other guests, I want to give a congratulations. I don't know if you're ready to show those shots. I wanted to thank the Lieutenant Governor. Well, now he's the Attorney General, for attending the candlelight dinner in memory of my sister Luz Divina, the founder of Foundation Luz Divina, which took place on December 13th. But more than that, I want to thank Bob Marshall, the Senator Bob Marshall of the 3rd District in the state, because he chose that setting, as you can see on your TV screen. He chose that setting to be sworn in as since he won a re-election, and we thanked him for that. That was a great thing to show that he's with our community, and the Hispanic community and the Hispanic Christian community was very appreciative that they make us part of his swearing in, that day. And you're also seeing now on the screen the members of the Foundation Luz Divina, board of the Foundation Luz Divina, which I preside, and our treasurer right there, Kevin Kelly. And we see one of our members, Maria Cabrera, which I'm very thankful to each and every one, because that was a successful event that took place on December 13th. So, again, le queremos dar, como ustedes vieron, la gracia al vicegobernador, que ahora es el procurador general, porque ellos decidieron hacer el juramento de el senador Bob Marshall del 3er distrito el día 13 en la cena vela de Luz Divina. Así que le damos las gracias porque ellos hicieron a la comunidad cristiana, a la comunidad latina cristiana parte de este su evento. Well, Lee, man, what's going on in New Jersey?
Little of everything. A lot of developments, and taxes is killing folks.
It's killing folks. That's why you're not moving back over there.
No. And matter of factly, while I was there visiting my family, excuse me. First of all, let me thank you for bringing me onto your program, and also to point out that visiting my family in Jersey, because of the taxes and situation, they have asked me to do some scouting around in regards to affordable living. My 2 older brothers, they're homeowners and have their own business, and they're ready to go into retirement and find something that is community-based, meaning like a town home or a condominium type setting. As well as 2 friends of mine. One is a minister, and the other is an ex-police officer named Mr. Acridge, Derek and Colin Acridge. And they also want to move down here into
Oh, they want to move to Delaware?
Yes.
Awesome.
So I got quite a few people that's interested in Delaware.
All right.
So unconsciously or subconsciously, I've been promoting Delaware because I've been telling them how sweet it was down here, or how sweet it is down here in terms of living, the taxes situation, et cetera, and even the crime situation in comparison to northern New Jersey.
Have you made them aware of the crime situation?
Well, I told them that there does exist, but it's nowhere near what exists up that way, you know.
And talking about that
area.
Yeah, Nitty. What is your taking on? Because I know you're going to be talking about the increase on Wilmington and the city crimes. You know, what is your take?
My take on it, yes. In the year 2014, City of Wilmington, they did set the record for deaths by homicide, you know, for the year in the city. I want to say the number was there about 28 or so. I forget it off of that. And yes, it is terrible. I always tell people, one death is one death too many.
Correct.
At another person's hands, all right? But the thing is, I feel like it's getting twisted and people are starting to look at Wilmington as just like this danger zone now.
Yeah.
This hot zone. It's like, I always tell people, there's so much more than Wilmington. Fine, you have crime, but you have the same way you have crime in Wilmington, Delaware. If you move to any other city, you move to Podunk, Idaho, there's crime going on there. And I always tell people, sort of piggybacking off of what Lee said, is I'll still take it any day over what I'm seeing or hearing about in Chicago, in Philadelphia, Camden, New Jersey, Northern New Jersey. And not to say those aren't great cities.
Right.
We all know those are great cities. But if you really want to talk about the numbers, you know, people forget, you know, it's by ratio. So if you have, let's say, 10 people and one person gets killed, then you have a 10%.
Right, correct.
Versus if you have 100,000 people and one person gets killed.
And you know, I like that you presented it that way. I want to give a shout out to Nancy Lopez, and the reason for that is that if you go to Facebook, I see that she's doing something exceptional. She chose to present Delaware as a friendly place. Sometimes it's easy, you know, just to take the negative and put it out there, you know. But she chose to all the article, the blog that she present on that section is something positive about Delaware. My question to you is like, did you make them aware of what's going on? Because it's like, and you're right, even though I don't know how they come to those, and you give us an example how they come up to those numbers that make Wilmington, Delaware, you know, on the top 10, you know, of crimes.
I think it's due to the population, the level of the population and the crime in regards to that population makes it as serious as
but when you read it, you're not thinking about that.
Right.
You understand? Right. Oh, you know, because I have encountered with individuals that live here. They live in the county, or they live in Dover, or live in and oh no, I don't want to go to Wilmington. I don't know what's the, you know, I've been in Wilmington practically since 1976 that I came here, and I haven't had no problem, you know. So it's not like it's that dangerous. But in proportion, yes.
I do believe, though, that there is three core factors that has influenced the crime and murder rates here in Delaware. One, Wilmington is greatly influenced by out-of-staters, those coming from Chester, those coming from Philadelphia, coming into Wilmington. They see how undeveloped, if you will, Wilmington is in regards to a big city type attitude. And so they bring that big city mentality into a small community as Wilmington. The young people pick up on that and now wants to act out or be like Chester or Philadelphia, you know, New York kind of thing. And in turn, they're overreacting in comparison to what really exists here.
What can we do to change?
That's a perfect segue, because I was going to mention is, okay, all year we've been speaking about
And we got 2 minutes.
Crime in Wilmington, Wilmington's top 10 worst cities, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
The question is now, what's the solution?
Right.
Now I know the Wilmington PD, they've instilled, or they put in a homicide unit.
Exactly.
Okay, that's one step. The next step is, what are we doing in the community ourselves as community members? Like you have OG Nitty, okay, he started 15 DE. May not seem like much on the surface, it's just working out, but it's getting people away from the streets and doing positive things.
Right.
That's the start. So what organizations are we going to join? What organizations are we going to create? What activities are we going to put in place to get these people's minds off of this negative, off of this violence, off of this thing? There's so many different things that are actually put in place, but there's so many more things that can be put in place, and so much more that we need to really take ownership of and do it as a community. We can't just depend on law enforcement or, our elected officials to just make things happen. Yes, they have their jobs, but what are we doing to make sure our house is in order?
Is that church where you doing the exercise? Are they charging you anything for?
No.
So you see, and I bring that up because there's a lot of things that we can do. We got 1 minute left. There's a lot of things that we can do to contribute, to change the bad image that somebody else is trying to give to our city, because we live here. That's one thing. You never talk bad, or evil about the place where you live. That's my culture, So we all from Delaware. Some of us from Wilmington, but we belong here. And there's a lot of things that we as church, or as Christian, as Muslim, or people that doesn't have any belief, but we all have, a common
interest.
Yes, in the area. So I want to thank you. I don't know if you have any. We have like 30 seconds left.
The other thing is that I think, as I wanted to point out, was we got to deal with the drug problem that's in Delaware, and the economical side of that factor, that drug factor. Because when you find young people who can make $5-10 grand,
correct,
a day or a week, over going to a job where they're only going to make
yes.
See, those are the things that we got to learn, or we got to recognize is a factor, and then how can we neutralize that negative impact?
Well, I want to thank you, OG Nitty and Lee Fisher, for being a part of this first New Year program. And my advice, challenge to the viewers is that let's get involved. Sometimes it's easy to point finger, and like one of the guests just mentioned that we want the politician, we want the preacher to do it, but you have the solution. So hey, until next month, at the second week, 10:30, we'll be here. God bless you, and find something to do that is constructive in your community.
Serio Radial Impacto, junto a Mike Reyes, presentaron Impacto Cristiano. Agradecemos por su sintonía y les invitamos para que el próximo sábado nos acompañen en una edición más. Si tiene comentarios, sugerencias, peticiones o testimonios, escríbanos al P.O. Box 30024, Wilmington, Delaware 19805, o al correo electrónico mreyes63004@aol.com. Y no olvide nuestra línea telefónica 302-377-0403, 302-377-0403. Hasta una próxima edición.